The topic for this video is markup on cost. We have some objectives. We're going to calculate the markup amount and the rate based on cost. We're going to calculate the selling price when the markup rate is based on cost. We're going to calculate the cost when the markup amount and the markup rate based on cost are known. We're going to calculate the cost when the selling price and the markup rate based on cost are known. And we're going to use Excel to calculate the cost, the markup rate, the markup rate, and the selling price based on cost. So some vocabulary that we had for the last video was cost. That's what the retailer pays to the manufacturer. The markup is the difference between the cost and the selling price. The markup amount is the markup expressed in dollars, and the markup rate is the markup expressed as a percent. So we are going to calculate the markup amount and the rate based on cost. So to do that, we're going to subtract the cost from the selling price, and then we're going to divide the markup amount by the cost. So here's our example. We have Home Interior Designs Incorporated pays the wholesaler $225 for a wingback chair that is sold for $318. So this was the cost right here. Whoops. Sorry, this is the cost right here. And this is the selling price. So to find what is the markup rate based on the cost, we first have to find the markup amount. To find the markup amount, it's the difference between these two things. So I'm going to take $318, I'm going to subtract it, step one. The selling price minus the cost, which is going to be $93. Then I'm going to divide the markup amount by the cost. So I'm going to take the 93 and I'm going to divide it by the cost, which is $225. And that tells me that this item was marked up 41.3%. Now remember, if you do this decimal, it's 41. Let me undo that. The decimal this is going to give you is 0.413. To change it to a percent, you move the decimal 2 places to the right. That gives you 41.3%. Okay, the next problem says that we're supposed to calculate the selling price when the markup rate is based on the cost. So to calculate the selling price and calculate the selling price when you have the markup rate based on cost, you're going to multiply the markup rate based by the cost. So here's my rate. So I'm going to take the $205 and I'm going to multiply it by 25%, which is going to give me $51.25. And then I'm going to add that to the cost. So this is my markup. Right here is the markup. Amount. And we're going to add that to the cost, which is the $205. And that's going to give me the selling price, which is $256.25. At any time during this process, if you need to pause the video so that you can write stuff down, please remember that you can do so. All right, moving on. We have two more examples. We are going to calculate the cost when the markup amount and the markup rate based on the cost are known. So the first step would be to divide the markup amount by the markup rate. So the markup amount was $13. This is how much more they sold the chair for than they purchased it for. And I'm going to divide that by the rate, which is 36%. And that is going to give me $36.11. And that is actually the cost. It was $36.11 to purchase it. Now we're going to go ahead and find the cost when the selling price and the markup rate based on the cost are known. So here's the cost, here's the rate, add the rate to the cost, and the cost is 100%. So that's how much I purchased it for from the manufacturer, the supplier, or whatever. It's 100% of how much it was. And I'm going to divide the selling price by the markup percent. So I'm going to add the rate to the cost. So calculate the cost when the selling price and the markup rate are based on cost are known. Example, Cons Carpets sells 4-foot by 6-foot Oriental rugs for $179, and the markup rate is 40% of the cost. So find the cost of the rugs and the markup amount. So I'm going to take the markup rate and I'm going to add it to the 100%. So it's going to be 100 plus 40, which gives me 140%. If you want to change that to a decimal, you would move the decimal places 2 places to the left, which would give you 1.4%, or 1.4. So the decimal would move this way to change it. Let me change the color here. I would move it this way. There's where it is. I move it 1, 2 places. When it's not seen, it's always on the right. Whoops. Okay, so there's my amount. Then I'm going to take the $179 and I'm going to divide it by, it doesn't matter which form you use, but calculator will do both, 140%, or I'm going to take the 179 and I'm going to divide it by 1.4. Either way, I'm going to end up with $127.86. Then I'm going to take the selling price and I'm going to subtract the cost, which is going to give me the markup. So the selling price was $179. And I'm going to subtract the $27.86 from that, which is going to give me the $51.14, which is the markup. And of course, if you want to check your answer, you just make sure that the selling price equals the cost plus the markup. Well, the selling price was $179. Did it equal the cost, which was $127.86 plus the $51.14? Those are equal, so I did the problem correct. All right, that's it for markup on cost. If you have any questions, make sure you jump into the Zoom meeting. Hope all is well with you.